What's up, folks? How y'all doing, man? It's Kenneth McLaurin. Y'all in the Kenneth McLaurin Comedy Room. Right now, man, we're in Kings with my man Mello Mike. It's like 30 minutes before showtime, and we're just going to have a little conversation. Mello, what's going on, man?
What's good, man? It's good to see you, bro.
It's good to be seen, man. Mello is like, you know, my big homie. You know, when I was just started off doing comedy and I was on stage with my eyes closed, telling jokes about shitting and all types of stuff, he used to be like, yeah, you funny. Even when I wasn't. Even when I wasn't.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so Mello, tell us about how long you been doing comedy.
Man, going on my 10th year, man. Coming up shortly in October.
Okay.
My 10th year. Man, just been loving it ever since the first day I got up on this, man. You know?
Where's the first place you got on stage?
Charlie Goodnights, man.
Charlie Goodnights, I know about it.
Good spot.
Sometimes. No, all the times. All the time.
Great
Take
club.
That back. Great
club.
Put me on.
Great club.
But what else do I want to ask you about, man? You know, you've been doing comedy longer than most people I know, and longer than a lot of folks out there. Tell us, like, if you have any advice to people who want to be like you, man, 10 years in it and still loving it, what would you tell them?
Man, it's just dedication, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be what you want. You know, you definitely got to have thick skin, you know. I just love it, man. I can't see myself doing anything else. You know, unfortunately, I'm not doing anything else. But, you know, it's what I want to do. It's what I love, you know what I'm saying? That's
good, man. You know, Mello's out of North Carolina, and you've had an opportunity to go to some of the bigger markets. Like, you spent some time in L.A.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that like?
L.A. was cool, man. You definitely, you got to know some people sometimes to help you get, you know, a little bit.
Right.
Weed yourself through all the BS, as I like to call it. But no, man, it was definitely, it made me appreciate what I do, you know, and it shows you just got to make that extra effort. You know, no matter where you go, it's like starting all over.
Right.
So, which is good because, you know, it makes your stuff feel fresh. But yeah, man, it's definitely a spot that makes you work harder.
Okay, okay. Now compare it to like the comedy scene in North Carolina and the comedy scene where you were in LA. What are the big differences? What are the main differences you saw?
Well, overcrowding in LA, that's, you know, a big thing. A lot of non-funny or non-comics try to do comedy. But, you know, like the main thing here is like, I like it here because there's a lot of fresh ideas here. And it's not so watered down with the same old comic. You got so many new cats coming up.
Right.
Yourself, you know. Very talented, very smart, very witty, you know what I'm saying? So I would say the biggest comparison is we have a better chance to shine out here than we do out there just because it's just so watered down and so packed in full of non-comics.
People who just want to hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, right? People who shouldn't really be up there, you know what I'm saying? If you're an actor, get the hell off the stage, save it for real comedians. That's all. That's my biggest thing. If this is a hobby for you, get the fuck off stage, give it to someone who's trying to make it their life.
I feel you on that.
I don't mean to get all raw with it,
but hey, man, it hurts me too, because like, you know, I'm up on stage and I'm begging for like 10 minutes. You got folks who just out there today and won't be out here tomorrow, and it's like you're taking the 10 minutes. We're trying to make a living out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to make a living out of it. What about some of your comedy influences?
Oh man, it's all over the board, you know, of course, Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
You know, I can go from Richard Pryor, you know, Chappelle, Eddie Murphy to, Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg, Louis C.K. I'm all over the place, man.
Okay.
But, yeah, man, but growing up, I could definitely say first time was Richard Pryor.
I feel you, man. Actually, interestingly enough, the first comedy album I ever listened to was a Mom's Mabley comedy album. No, seriously, man. My dad had it in some stuff, and I pulled it out. I was like, let me check it out, and it's real good. If y'all don't know about Mom's Mabley, go check her out.
Some old school right there.
Yeah. Now, what about your best comedy experience? The best experience you've had on stage, or just around comedy in general?
Oh man, the best guys, a few, man. I would have to say my first gig with a big comic. Big name comic. That was David Tell.
Okay, wow, you performed with David Tell?
Yeah, man, 2 sold-out shows at Good Night on a Saturday night. And, that was my first time actually being able to step up from open mic and guest spots to an actual show.
Right.
And man, it's powerful, man. Now I was already hooked, but that was definitely a shot to the adrenaline. You know
I bet, man. One day.
Oh man, tomorrow.
And what about your worst comedy experience?
Oh man, which one do you want? I got so many of them. Man, wow, my worst one. This Booker, I'll call him, got me and the DT.
Okay.
A couple other cats, Kenny Joseph.
Yeah, I know Kenny. All right.
We all got us to do this gig at this spot. He didn't really tell us where it was. We get there and it's a rehab. And I guess the head guy who was running it came out and said, here's the things you can't talk about, which left me just my name. So basically I couldn't talk about even dating or anything because they weren't allowed to even date. They had the whole crowd split up, guys on this side, girls on this side. They weren't even supposed to mingle. All I had to talk about was the weather, man, and that shit wasn't funny. That shit wasn't funny. But
that's terrible. Terrible.
That was horrible. And it's bad because these people who are like trying to get off drugs are coming up to me, consoling me, like, "Hey, man, you did fine." And I'm like, "Man, get your hands off me, man. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I don't know about you. I'm gonna go get high." Right?
You should have been like, "I'm gonna get high. You wanna come with me?"
No, man. If I mention one thing about drugs, man, they probably instead of clapping, they just hear a bunch of did he say something? But that was definitely one of them. Another one, open mic. I was doing the show and reading off my list, you know, just trying out some new stuff. Asked this guy in the front row to pick a joke off the paper. Come to find out he was blind, which I didn't know. And then I kind of like felt bad, but now look around, there's like 8 blind people with canes. I should have known by the dog, but I felt bad about that, and that was pretty bad.
And you toured as well, haven't you? Have you toured?
Yeah, I did a little tour, man. I haven't gotten on that big tour yet. Put me up, but I've been on the road for a little bit.
Okay. What's your opinion on comedy competitions?
It could be good if they're legit, man. I hate the bringer competitions because actual person who shouldn't win wins because of how many people you bring. But if it's legit, man, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Like some festivals have it set up to where it's like that. It's good. It brings out the best.
Yeah.
But, I just rather do the straight up comedy, not worry. I mean, I do that anyway, so you know what I'm saying. So.
It's gonna be a good show tonight. I wish y'all folks were here. You check out my man. You know, Mello gave me my first paying gig. Do you remember?
Oh, word. That's right. I know that was your first.
That was my first, man. $20.
$20, man. And he got paid $15 more than I did. Ain't got some shit. But no, man, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, man, he gave me my first paid gig, and I told you, hey, y'all folks, watch out, man. If you don't know the name now, you'll know it soon. Mello Mike, Kenneth McLaurin Comedy Room. Check us out.
Hit me up on Facebook, MelloMikeMiller.com. Coming out soon at a local network near you. You know what I'm saying?
Bang!